Welcome to the very first deep dive, and I'm so excited to jump into it with you all today.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
So we're going to be diving into a topic that is making waves, and we're talking massive investments in AI infrastructure.
Huge.
Huge, right? Like we're,
Yeah.
we're talking $500 billion.
Yeah, $500 billion, to put that in perspective. That's more than the entire GDP of many countries. So clearly somebody is betting big on the future of AI.
So let's get into the specifics here. We're talking about what's being called the Stargate Project, and this new company is aiming to build AI infrastructure specifically for OpenAI.
Okay.
And they're starting with a cool $100 billion.
Wow.
That's like building 10 international space stations.
Yeah, that's a staggering sum. And I think it really highlights the strategic importance of AI
Hmm.
on the global stage. This isn't just about tech anymore. It's about power and who holds it.
So who are the major players in this high-stakes game? We've got OpenAI, of course, known for their work on generative AI, which, by the way, is the tech behind all those AI image generators and chatbots that have been blowing up the internet.
Right.
So that's one.
You've also got SoftBank,
Okay.
the Japanese investment giant with a history of putting money into game-changing technologies.
Uh-huh.
And let's not forget Oracle, who's actually leading the construction of these data centers.
Interesting.
It's an intriguing mix of companies that are often rivals, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's like they've put aside their differences to join forces in this AI arms race.
Yeah.
And speaking of arms races, um, this whole project is being seen as a direct counter to China's growing AI ambitions. Even President Trump and OpenAI's founder Sam Altman have said as much.
Right. And what I find fascinating here is the shift in focus within the AI race itself. For a long time, it was all about developing better algorithms,
Mhm.
the software brains of AI, so to speak. But now it seems like the bottleneck is computing power.
So it's like we've hit the limit of how much we can squeeze out of the software, and now we need bigger, more powerful engines to run it on.
Exactly.
And that's where Stargate comes in.
Think of it like this. You can have the most talented race car driver in the world, but if their car doesn't have enough horsepower, they're not going to win the race.
Right.
So this Stargate project is basically building a supercharged engine for AI, one that can handle the increasingly complex demands of these cutting-edge algorithms.
Interesting. And experts are saying this shift towards infrastructure is a major turning point in the evolution of AI. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think it raises some really interesting questions about the future of innovation. Will we see a greater emphasis on building bigger and more powerful data centers rather than on developing novel AI approaches? And what are the implications of concentrating so much computing power in the hands of a few companies?
Those are excellent points. It's like we're entering a new era where access to massive computing power will be the key to unlocking the full potential of AI.
Right.
And that brings us back to the Stargate project and the key players involved. We've touched upon them briefly, but let's delve a bit deeper into this unusual alliance. We have OpenAI, the pioneers of generative AI, joining forces with SoftBank, a global investment powerhouse.
And then we have Oracle, traditionally a software company, stepping into a central role in building the physical infrastructure for AI. And of course, we can't forget Microsoft and NVIDIA, each bringing their own expertise to the table as technology partners. It's a remarkable convergence of some of the most influential forces in the tech world.
It really is, and it makes you wonder, what's driving these companies to collaborate on such a massive scale? Is it purely a business decision, or are there larger geopolitical forces at play?
I think it's a combination of both. On the one hand, these companies see the enormous potential of AI and want to be at the forefront of its development. But on the other hand, there's a clear sense of competition, particularly with China. The Stargate project is being seen as a way for the U.S. to maintain its technological edge in this critical area.
So we've got this fascinating mix of economic opportunity and geopolitical strategy driving this project. And as you mentioned earlier, it's also a potential turning point in how we think about AI innovation. The focus is shifting from pure software development to raw computing power. And this raises a whole host of questions about who controls this power, how it's used, and what it means for the future of AI.
Yeah, it's like we're entering a new phase of the digital age one where the ability to process information at an unprecedented scale, becomes the ultimate advantage.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling to think about the sheer volume of data these AI systems will be crunching.
And that brings us to another interesting aspect of this project, the involvement of Microsoft.
Right, we mentioned them earlier as a technology partner, but they're also a major investor in OpenAI.
Exactly. So you have this multi-layered relationship where Microsoft is both collaborating with and competing against the companies involved in the Stargate project.
It's a delicate dance, that's for sure. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the potential impact of this massive undertaking. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of jobs being created in the U.S. alone, not to mention the potential for massive economic benefits globally.
The economic implications are undeniable, but it's also crucial to consider the national security aspects.
You're right. This project is being framed as a way to bolster American leadership in AI, which has clear implications for national defense and strategic capabilities.
Imagine a future where AI systems are playing a key role in everything from cybersecurity to military strategy. The stakes are incredibly high.
It's a lot to consider, but it underscores just how transformative this technology is and how rapidly it's changing the world around us.
And that brings us back to the listener. You might be wondering how all of this connects to your life.
Well, think about it this way. AI is already starting to touch nearly every aspect of our daily lives. From the recommendations you get on your favorite streaming service to the way your doctor diagnoses your illnesses.
And as these AI systems become more powerful and sophisticated, their impact will only grow this. Stargate Project is a sign of things to come.
It's like a glimpse into the future, and it's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
The key is to stay informed, to understand the potential benefits and challenges of AI, and to be active participants in shaping its development.
Absolutely. We can't just sit back and watch this unfold. We need to be engaged in the conversation and ensure that AI is used in a way that benefits all of humanity.
That's a great point. This technology has the potential to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, but it also comes with risks that we need to address.
Like any powerful tool, AI can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to ensure that its development is guided by ethical principles and a commitment to the common good.
And that brings us to the heart of the matter. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's something we're actively creating through the choices we make today.
This Stargate project is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a significant piece, and it highlights the importance of understanding the forces that are shaping this technology and its impact on our lives.
We've talked about the players involved, the geopolitical context, the shift in focus towards infrastructure, and the potential economic and national security implications.
It's a lot to take in, but I think it's essential that we grapple with these complex issues if we want to create a future where AI empowers us all.
I couldn't agree more, and I think this deep dive has provided a valuable framework for understanding the forces that are shaping the AI landscape.
Absolutely. We've explored the big picture and delved into some of the key details, giving you, the listener, the tools to think critically about this transformative technology.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with one final thought.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the sheer scale of the Stargate project to the geopolitical forces that are driving it,
Right.
the shift in AI development and the potential impacts for all of us.
And as we wrap up this first ever deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought. The rapid advancement of AI, like we've seen with the Stargate project, has the potential for incredible benefits and challenges. What role should individuals and governments play in shaping the future of this technology?
That's a question worth pondering. We've seen just how powerful this AI can be, and we're really just beginning to understand its full potential and also the challenges that it presents.
Right.
It's up to all of us to really engage in this conversation and ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
The future of AI is not predetermined. It's something we are actively creating, and the choices we make today will have profound consequences for generations to come.
So let's keep learning, keep questioning, and keep pushing for a future where AI empowers us all.
Absolutely. And remember, the conversation doesn't end here. We encourage you to share your thoughts, continue exploring these topics, and be a part of shaping the future of AI.
Thanks for joining us on this very first deep dive. We'll be back soon with more fascinating explorations of the ideas and events shaping our world. Until then, stay curious.